The ROG Xbox Ally X just showed up in someone's hands 2 weeks early, and the first review is here. But here's the thing, it's not just about whether the Ally X runs games well. For me, it's about what this handheld represents for Xbox fans who's been dreaming about portable Xbox gaming for years. Let's go over it. Let's see what they say, why this has me even more hyped than I already was. Let's jump into it. All right, so it looks like the ROG Xbox Ally X got sent to people. Amazon France, accidentally sent them out a few weeks early. And you can see here's the ROG Ally X subreddit. And this person received my Xbox ROG Ally X today from Amazon France. Here he is. Here's the beast. And then he writes a first impression. Let's see a close-up of it. You can see it right there. Looks pretty good. Looks really good in his hands there. Oh, dude, why does that never happen to me? Don't you wish that would happen to you? Why does it never happen? None of that. I'm never so lucky that accidentally I get something sent to me early. How cool would that be? The reviewer, he then goes and gives his quick review here on the thread. I'll summarize for you. He basically says, it holds up to his expectations. It's solid build quality. There's a premium feel compared to the original Ally, so it sounds like he had the original Ally before, and he says this is better. He really loves the ergonomics here. That's something that I was concerned with, because when you look at the controller, some people are holding it not like a controller. They're holding it like this with their hands, and that was concerning to me. I was like, oh, does it actually feel like a controller? He says it feels like a controller. He hits on it pretty hard here. Dude, I love the ergonomics. It feels just like holding a controller in your hands. He also says the battery life is much improved. He really likes the Xbox UI as well. He says full Xbox mode for the most part works really well. He says it feels more like a real handheld than just a portable PC. All good things. All things we all want to hear for those of us who have purchased the Xbox Ally X. Game Pass integration is front and center, absolutely huge. That's why you get this thing. He says it's basically the best way to carry your Xbox library right here. What he does say on performance, that you're hitting 70 right here. You're hitting 70 to 80 FPS without breaking a sweat. And he says against the Z1 Extreme, it is improved. It's much improved here. And then finally, we'll read his verdict. This feels like the finished version, he says, of the Ally X, a handheld that gets the fundamentals right. Ergonomics, acoustics, cooling, and battery. If Asus, he says, can pair this hardware maturity with a stronger chip, the Z2 Extreme, open up the full screen experience, because remember, he's got it early yet. It's not yet updated with everything that you're going to get updated. Also, we know that the full screen experience is going to be even bigger when, when the updates come here. I think they said December. Did they say December? I think they said December. Either December or January, and then the APU is going to kick in as well. You're going to get even faster frames per second. So when you get this at the beginning, it's not even close to being optimized yet. So it's going to be really interesting to see that. He says, with a stronger chip, Z2 Extreme, open up the full screen experience and deliver a bigger OLED display in future iterations. They'll have something truly dominant in this space. Again, this holds up. This holds up with what we've seen with people who got their hands on it. Gamescom, it holds up with what we've seen for everybody who has tested it out. This is why I personally am so excited to get this in my hands. Why can't it ever drop to me? Why can't this ever happen to me? I've always wanted a true Xbox gaming handheld. I've always wanted a true PC gaming handheld, for that matter, where I can have the flexibility of playing PC games, playing Xbox games, all on one device. And that's not a laptop. A laptop, you got to sit at a table. I want to be able to relax on my couch. I want to have the option of being able to hook this up to a gaming monitor and play it with a mouse and keyboard if I so choose, or to lay back on my couch in my bed, or in a chair, a nice lazy boy, and play it from the comfort of that as well. It seems like this is not just a gimmick. That's a big concern from a lot of people. A good thing it's not a gimmick. That would be a hell of a gimmick. That'd be an expensive gimmick at $1,000. But no, from everything we've seen, the fact is that this isn't a gimmick. It's powerful enough to run console level experiences. It's powerful enough to run PC level experiences. This definitely seems like it feels closer to an Xbox handheld. I love that people are saying that, than we've ever had before, even if it's through a third party, through Asus. And I think this is going to be huge for Xbox in the future. I think this could be the device that convinces more Xbox fans to embrace handheld PC gaming. I think it's going to be the bridge between, or at least a part of the bridge between console players and PC gamers. And it's kind of the first step towards Xbox bridging console and PC players together. Their UI, that's the future of the UI. The UI is going to be console and PC. There is going to be no difference. Long term, it's going to be one and the same, and this is one of the first bridges for that. And I'm very excited for that. For me, for now, seeing this review makes me even more excited because it does prove that Xbox doesn't need to build their own hardware. I've said that originally. Remember, I was against that. I thought, yeah, no, they need to build their own hardware. I don't know why they're not. They need to? No. I think this proves that they don't need to. They just need to make Game Pass. They need to make Game Pass and their Xbox UI available everywhere and shine everywhere. And I think we're seeing that here with the streaming is officially out of beta. Their cloud streaming. I was playing it last night. I was playing it on my MacBook Pro. Jumped into some Halo. Runs smooth as hell. Jumped into some City Skylines. Runs super smooth from my MacBook. My MacBook can't game, but despite what Apple wants to tell you, MacBook is not a gaming machine. Let me tell you, anybody that's downloaded any game that's not in the App Store, like built for mobile phone, it's a beast. It chugs everything. It's a great productivity device, the MacBook and MacBook Pro. It sucks at gaming. So being able to stream with cloud gaming as a Game Pass Ultimate member, dude, it felt good. We're right there, guys. We are right there, and I'm very excited for this. I wrote down a few questions that I'd love to get your guys' thoughts on. Do you see the Ally X as a true Xbox handheld, or do you see it just as another gaming PC with the Xbox logo? I think the jury is out on that yet. I think with time we will tell as these gets into the hands of more players. If we were to go off this review, it sounds like he views it as almost a true Xbox handheld. He says it has that handheld experience. It doesn't feel just like a gaming PC. Feels like a handheld experience. Time will tell. I think as we get it into, as it drops on October 16th, everybody gets a chance to play it, we'll know. Does it feel more like a handheld or a gaming PC? And does that matter, actually? I think Xbox UI is going to be a large part of that. And again, I think this is the first step in bridging the two audiences together. At least from what we've heard, it does feel like it has more of the true handheld experience, which I think is really, really, really exciting. Would love to know what you guys think on that. Let me know in the comments below. Also, I would love to know, do you think that this or something like this with time and obviously with the right option and the right pricing? All right, this Xbox's first foray into this. They went big, they went high end, they went expensive. There are handheld devices that will come out that will be cheaper, that may be more in your price range. So, do you think that a device like this with time could replace your console? Do you think you would game more with a portable device, or you would, or no, nothing's ever going to replace your console as far as gaming time? For me, I can tell you one of the reasons I went all in and purchased it is I know it will replace my console time. No question. In fact, some of the times I don't game, most of the time when I don't game, it's because I'm not able to on my console. And if I had a handheld device there, I would be able to. I don't view this as a sidekick to my console. I purchased this because I view it as taking over from my console, and my console being like this luxury device that I go to when there's nobody around and I want my big screen experience and I really want to immerse myself in a world with big visuals, and even probably for like competitive multiplayer as well. That's where my console lies. For everything else, I'll give you a prime example of a game that I'm gonna be busting out on this thing. Final Fantasy Tactics. I don't need that on my big screen. A handheld is perfect for a game like Final Fantasy Tactics, in my opinion. Forza Horizon, I don't need. I've experienced it on the big screen. I'm looking forward to jump in and doing all the completions that I need to do, doing all the collections that I need to do on a handheld. And I'm going to be able to do that more often. So for me, it's definitely not a sidekick. I'd love to know for you, though, a portable gaming device, would it be a sidekick for you? Or could it long-term replace? Let me know in the comments below. And last question I have, if Xbox never builds its own handheld, are you fine with devices like the Ally X filling that role? Again, I've changed my mind on this. I used to think that Xbox needed to build their own hardware here, that we're never going to get the true experience. Based on what I'm hearing, based on what I'm seeing, based on how well this is going, I've changed my mind. I don't actually think that they need to. I think that they're taking we've talked about this before, that they're taking the Android approach instead of the Apple approach. They don't need to own the hardware. They just need to make sure their software is available on all these devices. and that software is premium, that software works. Not just works really well, that software is something that you want on your device that doesn't get in the way, but enhances your gaming experience for you. And I think that's the key. I think it's the right move. Again, I've changed my mind on that. That doesn't mean that I'm right. I could be wrong. I'd love to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. And that's going to do us for today's video, everybody. Again, why can't I get lucky and Amazon or Best Buy or whoever accidentally send me something early? I don't know. It would be awesome. It's never going to happen to me. Never going to happen to me. That does us for today, everybody. Don't forget that like button. Subscribe to this channel. My name is X1 the Gamer. We drop videos like this all the time right here. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.